the window. I bet you're wondering just what's going on. So quit your sneaking around. This is where you belong. And open up the doors now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in and sit down. Oh.
Now did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you get yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body move now. Welcome to the temple.
Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in and sit down to the beat now. Welcome, come on in. Welcome, come on in.
Welcome,
Welcome,
come on in.
come on in. Welcome,
Come on in.
come on in.
Welcome,
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 welcome.
come on in.
Welcome to the
Welcome,
temple. Yeah,
on in.
welcome to the
Welcome,
sanctuary.
come on in.
Welcome to the
Welcome,
temple. Yeah. Welcome to the temple. Yeah. Come on in and sit down. Sit yourself down.
Don't sit down. Hold on. I know the song says it, but you know. Here we go. Rather be, yeah.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. With every step we take you, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually, and if you so other way. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing all of your heart, you can change it. If I'm with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 The world would wait forever, exalted in the scene. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. We're different and the same, and switched up the battery with every step we take. There's no place I'd rather be. If you give me a chance, I will take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing all of your heart, you can change it. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing all of your heart, you can take it. When I am with you, there's no place place I'd rather be when I am with you. There's no place I'd rather be when I am with you. There's no place I'd rather be. Woo!
Miyahwe, Neto, Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. We here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Kawia, Gabrielino Tongva, Kich, and Luiseño peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as God intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So, blessed good morning to you. Morning. I am Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, and it is my honor and pleasure to serve this beloved community, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here, absolutely. So good morning, one and all joining us here in the sanctuary, and good morning to these beloveds joining us in our online community this morning. Good morning, Mom. Good morning to Corey. Good morning, John and Lupe. Good morning to Cheryl and Karen joining us from home this morning. And good morning to Amber. All right. Good morning, one and all. And we've got more folks coming on in the door. So there we go. All right. So for those of you here in the sanctuary, I do invite you to go ahead and turn off those cell phones, or at least silence them. You don't need to turn them completely off, but go ahead and silence them so we're not interrupted. And yeah, the heater's been on since 8:15. So just letting you know, it's been on. Yeah, it's somewhere, it's all up there. It's been set at 85 since 8:15, but here we are. So I see you're all bundled up, and I've already been asked, how are you standing there in short sleeves? It's like, well, there we are. Here I am. So it's a little bit warmer at this elevation, just a touch warmer at this elevation. So, all right, I invite all of us to stand and sing. Let's get this morning started, shall we? Here we go.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. One more time, here we go. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we are on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we are on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
Good morning. I am Dinah Williams, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners. Allison Berry and I will be available after service for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located out in the lobby. Please don't leave this morning with anything on your heart. We would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, and followed by this morning's invocation.
Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. There's nowhere I have to go, no one I have to be, nothing I have to do but gently breathe. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. There's nothing I need to hold on to, nothing I need to give to you, nothing I need to do but gently breathe. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love.
And as I breathe, I know that I am breathing in the breath of God, the breath of Spirit, the light of the One, lives and moves and has its being in all that there is. So I must be breathing it in each and every moment. I must be breathing in all that there is, because that is all that there is. That light, love, peace, joy, harmony, balance. It's all the one source that creates and sustains all that there is, all that there ever was, and all that there ever will be. And I know that it is here, right now, because it is everything. It is here, right now, in me and in each and every person here, listening, will listen, everywhere. It is this one beautiful divine source that lives and moves and has its being as all of us. And I know that because there is this one divine, beautiful source that supports and maintains and sustains each and every one of us, each and everything, each and every atom of everything, everywhere, and beyond what we know. I know that it is perfect. This day, this moment, this time together, this divine appointment that we have today is perfect. Each of us hears everything we need to hear. And everything happens in this service at this time. It flows beautifully and easily and effortlessly, perfectly, and joyously. And I just let this be so. And so it is.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power, invisible, and you see it with everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, with one power you can see. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names, but difference only dangerous. When we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And remember, once we close our eyes to see that such distances are never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Mohammed in your mind, in your soul, it's in your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's one power you can see. That whatever name you give it, it's the air that we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation, everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of the nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for the love that most deep. It's one you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic. And let's see here. Good morning to Vicky and Marty, and good morning to Denise and Earl, and good morning to Pat. Great to have you with us. I know Earl's in the lobby and Denise is watching us in the warmth of their cozy home. So Earl's out in the lobby holding it down out there where it's a little bit chilly with the open doors there, perhaps. So I think you got the better end of the deal there, Denise. So there you go. Good morning, Letty. Manny just waved to you, so there you are. So, all right. So once again, good morning, everybody. It is great to have all of you with us here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. As we get started at this part, let's do our, let's speak our focus statement together, shall we? And today is about the journey of, it is the journey of becoming. So why don't we do it with some J's? Joy. Jubilance. All right. Jubilee. What? Jocelyn. Yes. Shout out to Jossie, right? Jocelyn. What's that? Justly. How about Juicy? There's another one too, right? All right. Here we go. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes. So it is that it's not just the emboldening people, it is that highest potential piece that we're going to be talking about today, a little bit about today. And before we do, I want to share with you that here at Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, we are working with the theme of Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision for the year 2021. And as we are coming to the end of 2021, we are already beginning to look ahead at 2022, and the theme for that year is back there on the wall, is Living Everyday Wonder. And so this month of December, we are having an opportunity to review and to look back on the year that has been, and we have the opportunity to look ahead as well. And so the theme for this month is the journey of becoming, which is also what we are talking about today, is the journey of becoming. So ministerial school for us here at Centers for Spiritual Living is a little bit different, perhaps, than for some other faith traditions. Does that really come as a surprise to you? Right? Because we're a little bit different, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Just a little bit, yeah. As it should be. And some people say, we're special. Anyway, so in ministerial school, we study the way that Ernest Holmes studied, and we study a lot of the subjects that Ernest Holmes studied. Remember that Ernest Holmes was a great synthesizer, right? He was looking for the golden thread of truth throughout all of the world's major faith traditions, and so he studied the world's major faith traditions. And he also studied science, and he also studied philosophy. He also studied psychology. He also studied education. Sound familiar? So when he put together the text that is referred to as the science of mind, what you see is the science of mind, a faith, a philosophy, and a way of life is the subtitle to that. And when we look at the science of mind, I want us to be clear. I've shared this in the past, but every time, when we focus on this, I want to make sure that we're clear as to really what it is that we are talking about there. That science is the methodical study of something, right? It is the logical and methodical study of something. And the something that we are studying is mind. And another word for mind is actually consciousness. So what it is that we are about here is that we are about the methodical study of consciousness. which is why our School of Spiritual Leadership and the degree that we receive is a master's degree in consciousness studies. Make sense? So today we're going to look at some of those aspects, the aspects that we don't always look at, some more of the philosophical aspects, perhaps more of the scientific aspects, perhaps just a little bit. We're just going to touch into that. So don't freak out, okay? Philosophy, right? Science, we're kind of talk chemistry. No, we're going to talk quantum physics instead. How's that? There you go. All right, so this journey of becoming, right? There are so many theories about how we become, how we journey, how we move about. So one of the ways the first thing I want to do is I want to share with you something from Ernest himself. And he says that nature will not let us stay in one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary for the unfolding and advancement of the soul. So nature won't let us stay in one place for too long. She'll let us stay just long enough for the necessary experience, to gather the experience necessary for the unfolding and advancement of the soul. So we are always on this journey of becoming, that we never really arrive, correct? That we are always moving. It is an evolutionary journey. We've talked about this, that the theme for this year of Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision has been, the underlying theme or the underlying movement has been this journey of an upward spiral where we continue to spiral and we continue to expand our consciousness. We continue to expand our awareness and our understanding. As we revisit themes throughout the year, we keep revisiting and we keep going back. And the next time we take a pass at it on the spiral, this evolutionary spiral, that we are looking at it from a different perspective. So last week we talked about the release part of lay it down. And we had that beautiful ceremony here where everybody had the opportunity to deposit whatever it is they are choosing to release as we move into this holiday season and as we move into the new year, to release that, and it dissolved into the water, because we know that water is purifying, water transmutes, and water is life, right? And so we have that opportunity. So today, with this journey of becoming, we also have the opportunity of opening up to what it is that we are called to embrace and the truth that we are called to embrace. And that's where we get into some of this nitty-gritty, fun, good stuff. Right? You've already heard the major truth that we are called to embrace when Jabel and the guys sang one power, that there is only one power in the universe, one presence, one life, one love. You hear me say it all the time. That is all, through all, as all. That in the beginning it was, and it was, is, and always shall be. There is only this one, and each one of us is an individualized expression of this one life. Each one of us is joyous in our expression. It is the fullness of life expressing itself joyfully and fully and completely, whether we are experiencing joy in the moment or not. Spirit is expressing joyfully and joyously, because it could be no other way for it to express. So here's where we dip into a little bit of quantum physics and a little bit of other stuff, okay? So consciousness can't be consciousness unless it has something to be conscious of. Let me say it again. Consciousness can't be conscious unless it has something to be conscious of. So we, as human beings, we as spiritual beings are self-aware, I hope. Yes? Maybe? Perhaps? Right? We can think and we can realize that we're thinking. We can know that we're thinking, right? And because we are a microcosm of the macrocosm, then what we know is that we too can use the creative process. We too can plant that thought, plant that seed, plant that idea, plant that belief into the fertile soil of consciousness, into that fertile soil of mind, and that something will result, and that is the form that is in direct correlation to what it is that we have planted into the soil, right? And we talked a couple weeks ago where when we experience visioning, what we're doing is we're opening up to Spirit's highest idea of itself. We're opening up to that highest consciousness, that high idea. And so we receive that high idea, an involution, we receive that high idea, and then we plant that idea into the soil, and then that is what comes forward, right? Rather than having to always come up with, well, I think this year I'm going to plant tomatoes, right? We listen, we're guided, right? We open to that guidance, to receive that guidance. And so that's that part of the V that comes into the bottom point, called the involution piece. And then there is the evolution piece, where we plant it back into the soil, and we then are on the return to that spiritual realm that then continues to flow, right? Continues to create, always creating. So it is that piece there, that quantum physics piece, where the particle, where the waves collapse and become a particle. It's another way of looking at that, with the waves up here collapsing and becoming a particle, becoming form, taking form. And how do they take form? They take form based on the consciousness. They take form based on how the wave was thought of or created. The wave moves, and then it crystallizes through thought and into form. Cool? All right. So there is another thinker named Arthur Young, who created the Bell helicopter, by the way. And he was a mathematician, and he was a philosopher as well. And he too had this idea of this reflexive universe of an involution and an evolution. And so what he talks about with this same V kind of structure is he talks about going from light to enlightenment. So light, the photons, are acted upon by forces that create atoms, that create molecules, which then create life, which then creates mind, which then goes back to spirit. And so it's coming from the dimensionless light into light or spirit, into what he has there is soul, and then he has mind, and then he has body. So he actually has 4 rather than the 3 that we see. He has 4. And once we're there at the bottom, then it returns back from body through mind, soul, and spirit. With me so far? This is where it kind of gets a little philosophical. So again, what we're seeing is we're seeing light, which we already are. Everything is made up of light, and we can recognize that we are only a limited spectrum, that our eyes can only see very, very small section of light itself. So what appears to be dark is light. What appears to be light is light. What appears and is beyond our realm of vision even is light. So it goes from this light into crystallized form and then returns to light. But when it returns to light, what it is it's self-actualized, it's self-aware. So it moves from light to enlightenment. And how does it do that? It does that through life. It does that through the evolutionary process that creates self-aware beings, self-aware, self-actualized beings, which on this plane of existence, in this time, in this space, at least on this planet, is us. And so it is through us that spirit, that light itself is knowing itself. So this journey, it's a journey of being, but it's a journey of becoming. That spirit, undefined, unformed substance, becomes matter, becomes form, and this form that becomes life, that is life itself, in the way that we know of life, then becomes more and more aware of itself through our consciousness to become enlightened. So it is a being to a becoming. And one of the translations there in Exodus, when Moses is at the burning bush and say, who shall I say sent me? And the bush, the voice in the bush says, I am that I am. One of the translations is actually, I am that I am becoming. I am that I am becoming. Because there is this forever expanding, forever growing, forever knowing of the omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscient, right? That it is forever expanding, it is forever growing, it is forever knowing itself. So it is forever being, but it is also forever becoming, because it goes from infinite possibility to form, back to yet another idea, another possibility, back into form, back into another possibility, back into form. It is forever becoming, it is forever being, it is forever evolving, it is forever growing. And so what is true of spirit, what is true of the one life, because what are we? We are the divine made manifest. We are spirit made manifest. We are light made manifest in this form. Therefore, whatever is true of it must be and has to be true of each one of us. But what we have the opportunity to do, what we have the opportunity to be, is to consciously, intentionally become more aware of and become more of who we already are. Right? So there's a couple of quotes here that I do want to share with you, because when I was looking at this, I was like, oh, this is so yummy, and so this is so juicy. So Joan Chitster, that's a mouthful, says, heaven is becoming what I am and have always been, and I am meant to be in full. Richard Rohr, life is a matter of becoming fully and consciously who we already are. St. Hildegard, become who you are, become all that you are. And Dr. Jim Lockhart says, we are evolutionary beings designed to emerge layer by layer in response to an increasingly complex environment. The tools for managing and supporting our evolutionary growth are our spiritual practices. We are evolutionary beings designed to emerge layer by layer in response to an increasingly complex environment. The tools for managing and supporting our evolutionary growth are our spiritual practices of visioning, meditation, affirmative prayer, sacred service, committed giving, and study. So the way that we realize our highest potential, one of the ways, primary way, is through that transformative power of love. But what does that mean, that transformative power of love? What is the way? The way of realizing our highest potential that we talk about in We Embolden People to Live Their Highest Potential, the way that we realize our highest potential is through those spiritual practices. That is one of the tools that we have that help us to realize our highest potential. And what is our highest potential? It is a recognition of our oneness. It is a recognition and awareness of the divinity of the who of who we are. It is a recognition of our oneness with all of life, with all of creation. It is an awareness of spirit. It is an awareness of spiritual law. It is an awareness of the one as us. And if we look at Arthur's model, it starts with, we can have an awareness, we can have a physical awareness with our bodies, yes? We can have a physical awareness with our bodies. Then we can have a logical or reasoning awareness with our minds. Mind, right? We can also have a feeling or emotional awareness, which is our souls. But where the real awareness is in that dimensionless, is in that mystical realm, is in that absolute divine experience of our oneness, where we know that we know that we know beyond the physical, beyond the mental, even beyond the feeling or emotional level, there is that which Goldsmith calls conscious union with the divine. Where when we look at it from the four kingdoms of consciousness that we've talked about before, it's the as me. It's that place that we can prepare for. It's that place that we can practice our spiritual practices and open us up to that, and then simply allow and be present and experience what is called a numinous experience, which is a direct experience of the divine. Ernest Holmes said that each one of us can be a revealer of truth. Everyone can be a revealer of truth who lives in close union with Spirit. Each one of us is a revealer of truth. Each one of us has access to the divine wisdom of the ages. Each one of us has access to the infinite compassion and infinite power. Each one of us has access to the inner peace, the peace that passes all understanding, because it is right where we are, always and forever present, when we become conscious of it. And how do we become conscious of it? Through spiritual practice. We keep coming back to our spiritual practice, coming back to spiritual practice, coming back to spiritual practice. And then we too become the divine revealer of truth. We too are then living the highest potential that is available to us in that given moment. And remember that we are always on the spiral. We are always continuing to grow, continuing to deepen. While we're growing higher, we're also growing deeper. That we are continuing this spiral of expansion, the spiral of awareness. And we have the opportunity, Anita, there you go. And we have the opportunity, you can click that. We have the opportunity, I just said it 4 times, there you are, just for you, Anita, to deepen, and we have the opportunity to make the choice to do so. I have to share with everybody that Anita, we were at a practitioner holiday party yesterday, and evidently there was a minister years ago who would frequently say, and we have the opportunity, and we have the opportunity, and we have the opportunity, to the point where Anita would sometimes count how many times the person was saying, and we have the opportunity. And so it's funny that she planted that seed in my head last night. So I had to call it out, and that's at least 7 now. So there you are. To the point where, she would whisper to Allison what the number was, until Allison would bruise her thigh. Stop it, shh, shh, right? So what I'd like to do right now is, because it is spiritual practice that gets us there, it's spiritual practice that does this. One of the spiritual practices that Ed and I really enjoy, that we participate in on a daily basis, regular basis, is called contemplative meditation. And what contemplative meditation, it's the form that Ed and I practice, the contemplative meditation that Ed and I practice, is based on some of the work of Joel Goldsmith. And what Goldsmith says is, you take a spiritual truth, or a spiritual passage, a very short one, something that resonates with you, something that you want to explore more deeply, and you take that into the silence on a daily basis and allow the spiritual truth and your contemplation of the spiritual truth to reveal its meaning to you, to reveal the depth of meaning to you. Because as I mentioned, we are points of light. We are beings of light. We have access to the light all the time. And so one of the ways that we become enlightened is to contemplate spiritual truth through this contemplative meditation. So what I'm going to do is give you an example of what this looks like, but I'm going to speak it out loud, but this is something that we do in our heads quietly, okay? So just go with me. So the basic premise of contemplative meditation is you're contemplating a phrase every day for as long as the phrase wants to stay with you. Month, a year, however long, until you've kind of really plumbed the depths of that. But you want to do it at least for a month, I would say, to really begin to notice and experience some changes. And so you use that phrase as a jump-off point, and Neil also uses this quite frequently too. You use that as a jump-off point, and it simply allow Spirit to guide you wherever it's going to guide you, allow the truth to be revealed however it's going to be revealed. I'm going to do it out loud. That way you have an idea of the way it works, but you would normally be doing this silently. Does that make sense? All right. So I invite us all just to go ahead and close our eyes. And so the phrase that we're going to be working with today around this journey of becoming is that phrase that I mentioned a little while ago. I am that I am becoming. I am that I am becoming. And so we turn within, and I take this phrase in. I am that I am becoming. I am that I am becoming. I am. One name, the one power, the one presence. I am. I am all that there is, ever was, ever will be. I am. I am. God is. I am. And I am becoming. Becoming. First, I must be. I must be and be aware of the power and the presence that I am. I must be. Be the light, be the joy, be the peace, be the harmony, be the one, be the wisdom. I must be. Must be still. Be still and simply open and allow. Be still and know that I am. I am. I am. And in this being, I recognize that I am coming to Spirit. That I am aligning myself right here and right now with Spirit itself. That I am bringing myself into alignment with the high idea for my life, the high idea for the planet, the high idea for life itself, not just my life, but life itself. I am being, and then I am able to come. First I must be, then I can come. First I must be aware of my oneness with all of life, with all of creation, and then I can come to the understanding and the ability to move mountains. The ability to walk across water to the high idea, the high consciousness that is Spirit. First I must be, and then Spirit can beckon me to come. And so I keep my eyes stayed there. I keep my eyes lifted. Keep my eyes lifted on the truth. And I am able to walk, assuredly. I am maintained and sustained, lifted, guided, guarded, governed by the love that is all. And so I am. I am that I am becoming. And that is Spirit. That is one. That life is my life now. The one life. The all in all. The isness. I am that I am becoming. And so I invite you, beloveds, this week to take this phrase or any other phrase that resonates with you as we spend this month of becoming, on this journey of becoming. I invite you to take this phrase or one like it, whatever resonates with you, whatever speaks to you this holiday season. I invite you to take that into contemplative meditation. It doesn't have to be long, but just allow the wisdom that is inherent in the spiritual truth, the wisdom that is inherent, that has already been revealed, to continue to reveal itself to you, through you, and as you. And so it is. And so on this journey of becoming, I invite our practitioners and our core council to please stand and surround the sanctuary. And Tricia, you too, please stand and surround the sanctuary. These beloveds are in service to this community of becoming. Each one, too, is walking their own journey of becoming, just as I am myself, just as we all are. And so we come together to support each other in this journey, and so we turn within once again, recognizing that there is just the one power, the one presence, recognizing that it is the all, in all, through all, as all, that it is Spirit, it is God, it is joy, it is love, it is peace, it is harmony, recognizing that there is nothing but this one life, recognizing that all life, each person, each being is an individualized expression of this one life, knowing itself, consciously aware of itself as each one, as all of it, as the totality is consciousness, knowing consciousness. Conscious of the consciousness that it is. And consciousness is the ground of all being, is the ground of all becoming. And so I recognize here and now that I am one with this one. I am one with all of life, with all of creation. I am one with everyone present here this day. And so I speak my word here and now for this beloved community, knowing that we are on a journey of discovery, knowing that we are on a journey of becoming, knowing that we are on an upward spiral of enlightenment. We are moving each moment from light to enlightenment. That we are on this beautiful path, this beautiful journey that is forever supported, forever maintained, forever sustained, forever experiencing itself through our lives. We are on this perfect journey of love, of joy, of passion, of peace. And in each moment, we say yes to that. We say yes to the journey. We say yes to the next indicated step. We allow ourselves to be guided along the way, along the journey, knowing that there is nothing that stands in our way. There is no obstacle. So we embrace all of it. We embrace all of life. We embrace each experience for the gift that it is. We say yes to it. We say yes to life. We say yes to Spirit, and we know that I am becoming. And we allow this wisdom to continue to teach, to continue to inform, to continue to reveal itself through each one of us and through our community. And so we are the light. We carry the light, we share the light, we spread the light out into the world. For we are light beings having a light experience, an experience of enlightenment, showing the way and guiding others, allowing them to have a similar and the same experience, a glorious experience. And so I give thanks here and now for this revelation. I give thanks here and now for this realization. I give thanks for this beloved community. I release this word, knowing that it is already fulfilled, it is already done, because in the beginning it was, and it always shall be. And so it is.
are the way. Still some believe it's right. Say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him. Still many believe that he is a her. Does God live in our lives? Is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one.
How far will we have to go before we learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. God is a religion, they knew love was the vision. And it all comes down to one.
Is there no God at all? Or a pantheon of gods up in the sky? We can heal our broken hearts if we give up the desire to be right. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. We all want the same things: health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of pure acceptance is a tree. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different places and religions, all comes down to one.
Whether you are red, brown, yellow, black, or white, man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who is wrong and who's right. Or we can see ourselves as one, 'cause it all comes down to one.
We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. And it all comes down to one. And it all comes down to one.
Gorgeous. All right, so as Allison and Frank and Cindy go ahead and come on forward, I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute this morning and hold it over your heart space. If you give electronically here in the sanctuary, if you give electronically, there is a laminated card there for you to place into the baskets if you'd like. There you go. Frank's got it. So there's that. So the easiest way to contribute to Riverside Center for Spiritual Living is via text to give. Simply text 951-419-5858. Type in the amount you are choosing to contribute and then hit send. It's just like texting a friend. It really is that easy. And you are texting a friend because you're texting all of these folks. So if you look around you, this is who you're texting. These are your friends, right? This is the community that we're supporting. When we look around, we see each other. This is the community that we're supporting. When we look online, this is the community that we are supporting. We are supporting one another and our ability to be together. So you can also contribute by going to our website, riversidecsl.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the word contribute, and you just tap contribute there, and you can contribute that way. And if you're here in the sanctuary, you can contribute the more traditional way with check or cash in an envelope and in the baskets as they come around. So receiving on behalf of the congregation this morning will be Allison Berry, practitioner emeritus, receiving the collection this morning on behalf of the congregation, and collecting for the congregation this morning will be Frank and Cindy. So I invite you to hold that which you are choosing to contribute. I use my cell phone because I do electronically. I text to give, so I hold it over your heart space. And let us say this affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously. With an open heart and an open mind, the universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Well, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love. Well, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love, for the love. Well, I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. Well, I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. I'm grateful for the blessings that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the blessings, for the blessings. Well, I'm grateful for the blessings that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the blessings, for the blessings. Well, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love, for the love.
All right, a few announcements. First, at 11:30. So once we leave here, go and get prayer from Dinah and Allison in the prayer room, then head out to the patio and get some coffee and some goodies. See James out there and fellowship with one another. And then at 11:30, come on down to Santa's workshop because, wow, all right. Applause for Santa's workshop. I'm excited. Yes, Trisha. Fantastic. So we have 8 wrapping stations set up to wrap the gifts for the kids, and another station set up to assemble all of the bags for the mothers. Okay. So join us downstairs 11:30 for that. Okay. So that's point number 1 is Santa's workshop. Michelle, you got that? All right. Perfect. Okay. That's up there too. All right. Great. Second thing, Earl. Hi. How are you? All right, wonderful. Come on up. Earl and Laura have something to share with you here.
Good morning, beloveds. It's really nice to see everybody's smiling face and faces. And so at this time, I'd like to announce to you the upcoming 28th annual Martin Luther King Walkathon, that which will be held on will be held on January 17th. It will begin at Bordwell Park, which is on Martin Luther King Boulevard in Kansas. We will meander through the city down to the Martin Luther King statue, which is on 9th and Main Street. And from there, we're going to a new location. For the past years, we have always ended up at RCC and had a post-event program at the RCC Digital Library. But this year, which we are excited to announce, that we're actually going to have our post-event festivities take place at the Riverside Main Library across from the new Civil Rights Museum. That will be also in the background. So you get a chance to see how big the complex is going to be. Not only does it house the Civil Rights Museum, but it also houses housing for veterans. And on the second floor, there will be office spaces as well, and a big community room. So we're really excited about this project. But right now, we are excited that we get to come together as a city, as a community, and participate in the walkathon. And one of the things that I really am excited about is that the walkathon embraces or embodies the core values of the city, which is inclusivity, pride, commitment, and diversity. And that's what we embody as well as far as this event is concerned. Last but not least, Miss Laura Lopez will be your contact. We're going to be organizing a group here as the Riverside CSL, so you participate as a group. And so Ms. Laura will be actually doing that. I would also like to say one of our honorary chairs for the Martin Luther King Walkathon is our own Miss Shani Beeman. So we definitely want to be there to support her as well. So checks, preferably, we can register online. I'm going to have the online capability to do it as well, but I will take checks. I also take cash. But whatever form of payment is comfortable for you, by all means, we accept it all.
When do we need to register by?
Now. Not really, no. The sooner the better, the sooner the better. So if you can do it now, great, but we're going to be doing this each Sunday. So Laura, would you like to share anything with them?
Well, you've pretty well completed that, but I just wanted to add to what excuse me, what an exciting time I think it is too for us to not only be, support our larger community but also this community here and the people. We have so many people that are excited about doing this, and I am really looking forward to being a part of this. And just to have one of the things that have come out in the visioning that I've done is I see our community as like a beacon of light that just shines up there. And this, I think, is a place where this is going to happen. We're going to be a part of the bigger, all the communities. This is we're going to be a part of the world. And I think this is where we're going to start. So please sign up and join us. I think it's going to be a wonderful activity. Thank you.
And our online beloveds, we're not excluding you as well. So you can go to the Riverside African American Historical Society website, or if you want the short version, raahsincorporated.org. That would get you to the website, and you will see the opportunity to register as well. So again, let's support our community, our local community. Let's also support our practitioner, Shani Beeman, but also, again, being that presence in the community, that beneficial presence. So thank you very much.
Thank you both.
We'll be at the registration table, so we'll be looking for you when you come out.
They'll be at the welcome table following service as well to register you for the walkathon. I'm looking forward to it. It is on January 17th, Monday, January 17th. So let's get a nice, great big team together, shall we? And do this together? Yes, absolutely. Very excited. And just a reminder that Earl is the president of the Riverside African American Historical Society. So just, so that's also great. So he's leading this project, and Shawnee is an honorary chair of this year's walk. So it's great to have her presence and her wisdom with that as well. So it's going to be a great time, and I'm looking forward to being able to celebrate at the Riverside Main Library, which if you haven't checked that out yet, you got to go check it out. It is gorgeous. And the children's section is amazing. So, all right, I digress. So next Sunday, and Michelle's like, okay, slide. Next Sunday is our Joy of Becoming annual winter holiday service. And so we will be doing candle lighting at the very end of that service next Sunday. So it's going to be a little bit longer service. We're going to have lots of music. Yes, lots of music. Jeff's like, you gave me a lot of songs to sing. So it was kind of cute. So I did. So it's going to be wonderful. We're going to be celebrating solstice. We'll be celebrating all the winter holidays, Christmas as well. So please join us for that on the 19th at our normal time, 10 a.m. right here in the sanctuary. And then on the 26th, we have the light of a new dawn, and we will be doing our annual white stone ceremony, which is where we do our intention setting with our white stones. And then immediately following that, Neil and I will be facilitating at 11:30. We'll be facilitating the reflection and renewal ritual, and that will be at 11:30, where we have the opportunity to meditate together and being quiet together, reflect on this year, and then vision for our lives for 2022. So we invite you to participate in that. I think that's all. You still have time for prayer. You still have time for cookies and coffee, and you still have time to come down to Santa's workshop. I invite everybody to go ahead and please stand and repeat after me. All right. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward. Because. Let's sing about it. Here we go.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Love lives here.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Oh, love lives here. Yeah. Love lives here. All right. Three, two. God in me meets the God in you. That's unity. That's unity. When the God in me meets the God in you. That's unity. That's unity. Infinite diversity. Living here in harmony. That's unity. That's unity. Infinite diversity, living here in harmony. That's unity. That's unity. When the God in me meets the God in you. That's unity. That's unity. When the God in me meets the God in you. That's unity. That's unity. Infinite diversity, living here in harmony. That's unity. That's unity. That's unity. All right. Have a great Sunday. Love.